Hey y'all, so today I'm gonna be showcasing Hope Mikaelson in the vampire origin, so enjoy. When you first spawn as Hope, you're a werewitch, but if you get your friend to kill you or die, then you can become the tribrid, which I'll show you now. I'll speed this bit up. Once you spawn, go to the nearest blood supply near you and drink some blood to transition. Moving on with the showcase, first is transition. This turns you into a werewolf, but the werewolf is kinda useless. The werewolf can attack people but does low damage. You can transition back to normal whenever you want. Next is head decap. When a player is 200 HP or below, you can head decap.
I know how to do that. Cool.
Next is pain infliction. This keeps damaging the player until you let go or they make you stop. Next is heart rip. This rips the player's heart out, but with stronger characters you have to clash. Next is fire beam. This sets the target on fire and freezes them. Next is push. This just throws the player and ragdolls them, dealing damage. This creates a fire circle and everyone in it burns and does a lot of damage. Next is repulse. This sends a big shockwave with a large radius and flings everyone around you, doing massive damage. Next is scream. This lets out a scream that lasts for a while and deals damage to everyone around you. Next is Asax. This next snaps any vampire and witch but doesn't work on strong witches. Next is snap. This snaps the player. Next is punch. This punches the player, doing okay damage. Next is senses. While you hold this down, it shows all the players that are around you. Next is heal. This heals someone and gives them your blood. Next is eyes. This changes your face and gives you tribrid eyes and vampire teeth. Next is choke. This grabs the target and slams them to the ground. Moving on to spells, first is at somnum. This makes the player go to sleep. Incendia sets the target on fire. Once you do Bulla, you click on someone and it gives them the choice to accept or decline. If they accept, it creates a shield for you both. Next is Corporus Impedu. This freezes the player for a few seconds. Next is Delphine Eaton Core. This rips out the player's heart. Next is Lecucio. This sends a lightning strike at the target. Next is Lechendi. This does the same thing. Next is Modus. This creates a shockwave which sends everyone around you flying. Next is Sanitatum. This heals any player back to full health. Next is Prevenio Supervenio Advahor. Once you say this spell and a player's name, it summons them to you. Next is Phasmatos Incendius Circulum. This creates a fire circle and only you can leave it, so it's useful to trap enemies in it. has Motto's Magic Key. This allows you to link someone else's magic to yours, so then both of your magics get connected, but you get more magic. Next is Regello. If you're on fire, you can use Regello to get rid of it. Next is Resistus Maletti. This makes you immune to magical attacks for like 20 seconds. Next is Scutum. This creates an energy shield that protects you. Next is Silencio. This makes the player not be able to type or say anything for a few seconds. Next is Somnus. This makes everyone around you go to sleep. Next is Sanguine Endifer Cora. This is a resurrection spell that brings people back to life, but if you fail, you die. Next is Sala Nudis Constructum. This creates a daylight ring for a new vampire or an original to stop them burning in the day. Next is Emrai. This creates a blood spike and attacks the player. Next is Eric's Femus. This breaks the target's bones. Next is Glacius Corporus. This freezes the player and turns them into an ice cube. Next is Gustus. This creates a wind that pushes the player back, dealing damage and makes them unable to move. And that's it for Hope Mikaelson's showcase. I think she's very good and powerful and is worth the Robux, but her downside is that her slot is always taken. Anyways, if y'all want more showcases, then let me know in the comments. I'm thinking of doing Inadu and Dahlia and more next, but anyways, bye y'all.